This
string.
conference will now be recorded.
Okay, so let's discuss about regular expressions today. I'll just briefly discuss about regular expressions, not in detail, and then we will go about using them in the automation test. Okay. Okay. So regular, I just made a quick notes. So regular expressions are basically they are patterns. All right. So we have to find patterns in the given string, like pattern of numbers, pattern of alphabets, pattern of special characters, etc., etc. So today we will learn how to find the patterns and thereby how to write regular expressions and validate them and use them in the Java to find out that whether the given pattern matches the given string. All right. Okay, so first of all, alphabets, any alphabet can be indicated by this A to Z, A to Z. So for example, small case alphabet, you can easily write in lowercase a single alphabet. So when I say alphabet, so single alphabet, so I just generalized, can be indicated by A to Z, small pattern, right? So this indicates a single alphabet of lowercase, right? So similarly, how can you write a single alphabet in uppercase? Simple. Capital A to Z. Okay. Now any number, so that these are very basics, so just pay attention, and there should not be any problem in understanding this. So any number, that means digit, single digit, can be patterned by 0 to 9 or \d. So either one is correct. So we can use bracket 0 to 9, the range. This indicates the range from 0 to 9. So that means 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, all can be indicated by just this expression or \d. Alphanumeric. So what is alphanumeric? Combination of alphabets and numeral, correct? So combining those will give regular expression like this: A to Z, capital A to Z, 0 to 9. So this indicates that any alphabet of lower or uppercase or any number. Okay, so if I give regular expression, it will match. Okay, now these are all single alphabet, right? Single alphabet. So when I say alphabet, I have to mention explicitly single alphabet. Now this is single alphabet in lowercase, single, and this is a number, one digit, single digit number. Okay, and this is single alphanumeric character. Don't worry, we will validate them and see. Now this, if I indicate plus sign after the regular expression, that means any number of digits, 0 to many occurrences. Okay, so any number of digits, 0, no digit to many. Okay, and any number of digits. So 0 to 9 star mark asterisk sign indicates that one or many occurrences. So there is a difference between plus sign and asterisk sign. One or many. Okay, and there are a few more. Starting position can be indicated by a caret. Starting position means this starts with so and so, and ending position is indicated by $sign. And specific number of occurrences can be denoted by flower bracket n. So if I indicate like 3, that means 3-digit number specifically. So we will use them too. And any special characters are indicated by not alphabet or numeric. So non-alphanumeric characters already are categorized as special characters. So that can be. Okay, or any specific special character can be indicated by you can indicate like if I want to go for this sign. Okay, so this indicates that particular special character. Okay, so we will use regular expression validator to validate these. So there are many regular expression validator, one of which is RegEx 101. So I will just use this for practice. There are many. I just googled them. So let me put here. One of which is regex tester, and other is regex or regular expression.com. Okay, so let's use this. So for example, my string is simple3. I'll start with simple and go to complex. Okay, so what is the regular expression for this one? I can write \d, which is a match, one match. Green means one match. So is matching. That means if 3 is my string, okay, in any XPath or anywhere, I can put \d. Okay, so that means any single digit. That's perfect. Now I have, okay, or another way is 0 to 9. Okay, this is also correct. That's also match. Okay, now if I want to write any 2-digit number like 32, okay, now in full this is not a match. Okay, either 3 or 2 a full match, you can see here. Okay, match number 1 3, match number 2, it's not specifying 32 is a match. So for that what I have to do, 0 to 9 star. Okay, so that's a full match. See, you can full match 32. So if I want to indicate any multi-digit number, then I can go for this 0 to 9 star. Okay, so that's what we used here, 0 to 9 star. Okay, now I have something simple as a. So what is the regular expression for this one? A to Z. That's a full match. Now if I have capital A, is it a match? No, because this is not the regular expression for capital A. So all I have to do is I have to put capital A to capital. Now it's a match because capital A is matching. So to generalize this, capital A to Z is a full match. All right. So if I put anything in between A to Z, A, B, C, D until Z, it's a match. See, full match 9. Green, one match. Okay. Okay. Now I will simply change it to something like automation. Now, is it a match in full? No, only one character is matching out of it because only one character, A capital, falls into the A to Z. Now, how do I write regular expression for this one? This string. That is a full match, full pattern for this word. Okay, so now if you look at it, this is how you analyze it. There is a capital letter, correct? Capital case. There are small cases, lowercase letters, and there are many occurrences, correct? So I'll just simply modify this to small a to z, a hyphen z, capital hyphen z. When I said that all letters are match in individually, not in full. Okay, in totality I want the match. So what do? Simply I'll put plus sign, right? Plus sign is a match too. Okay, so plus sign means 0 to many occurrences. So even if I don't have this, it's still a match because 0. Okay, so in order to do that, I'll simply put star. Okay. Oh, okay. My bad. So it's a reverse, not. So this means 0 to many occurrences. Star means plus means one of many occurrences. So let me reverse. So I just like this. Okay. So that's why even if I don't put it, it's showing match. That means it's 0 or many occurrences. Still it's a match. Nothing. Nothingness is also match for star. That's what star means. So yeah, so this is the regular expression for this guy. Okay, so let's write some examples and we will go about this simple to complex examples. Okay, so if automation is the string, the regular expression of this guy is this. Okay, okay, so similarly I have, let's say, automation 1 2 3. Okay, now it's not a full match, so in order to make it a full match, what should be my regular expression? I have to include numbers also, 0 to 9, alphanumerics, any occurrences. So let me take these examples. Simply copy. This is just like XPath validator, but it is for regular expressions. Okay. Okay, now let's write a special character also. Automation. Okay, 1 2 3. Automation 1 2 3 underscore Selenium. Okay, so how do you rate regular expression for this one? In full match. I mean, I don't see Selenium, so it's not a full match. So now tell me. We just include the particular special character. So you just go with that. So my special character is this one, and it has to be enclosed in the square brackets, and it is. And any number of occurrences, still it is a full match. Full match for my given string is there, one match. So that's all I need. So even if I put Selenium automation underscore 1 2 3 Selenium, still it is valid because I actually included this inside the square bracket which says 0 or many occurrences. So star is applicable for underscore as well. Okay. So let's take this guy which includes any occurrences. Okay. Now you can say if I have Selenium dollar. Okay, is it a match? No. So in order to make it a match, what should I do? I have to include this dollar inside. Okay, literally dollar. Okay, dollar is used for ending character, caret is used for beginning character. So that's a different story. So that I taken star dollar as a literally I taken. So that means that if I enclose it inside the square bracket, I have taken it literally. And because it's a star many occurrences, so even if I put dollar, so still it's a match. See, one match here. Okay, so here you can get many matches. It's not like XPath, but you have to get minimum one match, at least one match. Okay, so let me take this, or if you want more, let's use @ right, percentage symbol. All I have to do is I have to specify those. That's all. In any order does not matter. Okay, full match. Okay, so let me take this example as an alphanumeric special character. So I am taking one example for alphabets. For alphanumeric characters. Okay. Other is for alphanumeric special characters, and for this guy it is this particular expression. Okay, now let's go for a little complex example. Now my date is this one, date of birth. Okay, now I have to write a regular expression. How would I write it? Yes, tell me. So simply I'll write some date mmddyy. Now I have to write a regular expression. Okay, so let's start writing. Okay, this is the answer, this is a question, but let's start writing. Okay, so now tell me any number. Any date of birth, tell me. Just tell me any date of birth in mmddyy format. Somebody can speak, or yes. Okay, I have to call by names. Shukla Das. Tell me any date of birth. Okay. So okay, he's sleeping. How about Najir Rahman? Tell me the date of birth.
0102 2019.
Okay, 0102 2019 cannot be date of birth, right? Okay, you want to take 2019 really? Okay, let's do it. 2019 is a future date of birth of someone. Okay.
Oh yeah, I'm sorry. It's a
Let's start writing. That's fine. Let's start writing with regular expression. That is okay.
okay.
Technically, it's valid, but not realistic.
Yeah. I understand.
Okay. Okay. Tell me, how do you write? Okay. Now analyze this. I told you, analyze this. First thing is, you know, fix on the string. This is a basically string, even though it's a number, it's a string. Now you analyze this in terms of how many numbers are there, how many alphabets are there, how many special characters are there. Are there one or many? Okay, so this is the kind of analysis here too. Okay, so now tell me, if I can divide this into three parts: month, date, and year. Okay, so just to differentiate, I'll put 0 2. Okay, now tell me, what is the regular regular expression for number?
0 to 9.
0 to 9. Okay, now how many numbers are there in the month part?
Month for two numbers.
2 digits, right? 0 1.
Yeah.
And means, okay, just you have to analyze like this only: 0 1 0 2 0 3 until 12, right? All
Yeah.
are 2 digits only, so that is fixed. You cannot specify January by 1 because we have to follow mmddy format, so you have to put 0 as a prefix. So it is always 2 and only 2. It is neither 1 nor 3 nor 4, only 2, right? So you
Yeah.
cannot put dollar the asterisk or plus sign because it says many occurrences. So you have to be very specific here, only 2 occurrences. So for that you have to put 2. That indicates that I told you just now. Flower bracket n means n occurrences specifically. So 2 occurrences. Now you
Yes.
can see match, okay, but this is not a full match. It's just for first part of the match, 0 1 0 2. So okay, so these are paired. Okay, so it just takes 2 digits at a time. That's what it means. Okay, now there is a slash in between, right? So you can literally take the slash. Okay, that's like a special character, slash. Okay,
Okay.
now there is a date also. Okay, date. How do you divide date? Yes, date is also from 0 to 1, 01 to
Yeah.
31st. Okay, I'll
Yeah.
write the rough regular expression first, then we will enhance it. So do not worry about it. So we'll go step by step. Okay, so how do I write the regular expression for 2-digit number again? Tell me.
0 to 9,
Hmm.
and then
0 to 9.
2 within flower brackets.
Because there are two occurrences.
Yeah.
Okay. Now I will
And
take
slash.
slash and year. Year is always 4 digits, right?
Yeah.
So 0 to 9, 4 occurrences, because any year you take 4 occurrences. Okay, so there are no matches. What is wrong? What happened? Why there are no matches? Your pattern contains one or more errors. Please see the explanation section above. So you can look at this. An unescaped delimiter must be escaped with the backslash. So okay, so this is a keyword in Java. Also, when we use backslash, we have to escape it using the escape character. So that is a escape. See, now if I want to take this literally, only for that backslash, you can use other regular expressions. Like if I want to use regular expression, something like at the rate, I can use, no problem. But backslash is reserved. Reserved keywords you cannot use. So again, backslash, forward slash. Okay, that is a forward slash. Now in order to use this, it's saying use the escape character, that is a backslash. Now in front of it, you have to precede it. Okay, so now use the same thing here also. So these are all techniques. So backslash, forward slash. Okay, so now is it a match? Yes, it is a match, correct?
Yeah.
It is a match, don't worry. So date of birth, I taken, and for this we have written. So I'll just put equal sign, that means you understand it's a date of birth. Okay, now watch what happens. So this has to be true for all valid date of births in the form or format YMMDDYY. In other words, if I give any wrong formatted date of birth, it should be wrong, correct? Okay, it should not be valid, I mean literally. So let me take let me tell I mean tell me a month which is not valid. 01, 02, 03, these are all valid, right? So tell me a month which is not valid.
13.
Correct, 15.
Yeah.
Okay, 0 excluded, 15. Still it says full match, which is wrong. So this regular expression is not checking the validity of the date of birth, right? This date of birth is not valid, right? It is valid. Is it valid? No. 15 month doesn't occur. It's not a valid date in the first place. So my date regular expression is not checking. It should have shown 0 matches, but it's showing 1 match. That means it's not checking 15. It's only checking the month is 2-digit or not, right? That is incomplete regular expression. Now we have to modify this same thing. Okay, if you look at this month part, 0 to 9, 2 occurrences is not true. So if you analyze, so let me analyze here. Month is from 01, okay, 02, okay, forward. These are all valid dates, correct? So anything beyond this invalid. 13, 14, all these invalid. These are all valid. Okay. Now if you look at the first digit is either 0 or 1, right? Either 0 or 1, 10, 11, 12, or 0, 1, 0, 2, 0, 9. So I can divide this to, instead of saying 2 occurrences, watch carefully, the first digit, I am going digit by digit now. Okay, this is the analysis you have to do. Same thing for anything, even email address or something. Okay, 0 to 1 is my first digit. That means I am restricting the range from 0, not 0 to 9, but 0 to 1. That is my first digit. Okay. Now, if you look at the second digit, either it is 1 or 2 or 3 or 4 or 6 or 7 or so all the way till 9. Okay, because 0, 9 is there. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 9. Then again 0, 1, 2. So second digit is what? What is the second digit? In the date, in the month part, what could be the second digit? 0 to 9. Right. 0 to 9 is the second digit. If you look at it, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 0, 1, 2. So 0 to 9 covers them all. Okay. Now I'll delete this. Okay. So now I have to run this regular expression. 0 to, oh, sorry. Okay. Still it's a match 15, right? We did something wrong. So 0 to 1 is the first digit. 0 to 9. Okay, this is not true. Okay, 0 to 9 is not true. So let's again analyze. Okay, if you take a look, what are the second digits? 0 to 9. Okay, so let me take a look. 0 to 9 only. 0 to 1, 0 to 9. Okay, so we have to restrict this for until 12 only. How do you restrict this? Zero to 1, 0 to 9, but 12. Okay, if you give 15, it's not valid. Okay, let's go with this. Let's move on. So we have complex, you have to write a complex regular expression for this. Okay, so for the time being, I'm going this right simple regular expression. Let's consider 12 only. Okay, so similarly, I have to do this for date also. Date is from 01 to 31, right? So for that, I'll simply take digit by digit. So first digit is 0 to 3 only, restricting here, and second digit is 1 to 2 only, because second digit literally. Okay, so now that's date part ranges from 01 to 31. So if you take a look at first digit, 0, 1, 2, 3. So basically I can take from 0 to 3, and if I take a look at second digit, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, all will come, because ninth date, 08 date, all will be there. So I'll literally, instead of repetitions or occurrences, I will mention them specifically. So this is 0 to 9. It is still not a foolproof regular expression though. Just for example, I'm telling you. Okay. So because of the fact that it didn't check 15, it should have checked 15 and shown 0 matches. So that's still okay. Okay. And if you look at 2019, and you can 0 to 9, 4 occurrences still fine, but it is not refined. Okay. In the sense that if I pass something like this 1111, this is not valid, because even though it is valid by date wise, it's not a correct date of birth, because nobody's date of birth on a computer is like this. At least in the forms you can fill, it's in the histories, right? So we are not looking at the history book, so let's only check 1900s to 2018. 2019 is also not valid, so that is the extra check. So it's totally, you have to keep on refining. That makes it a complex expression. We are not going for it. We are not becoming regular expression expert. This is just for your validation in Java, that to automation only. So I'm only telling that much. So 1900s to 2019, right? So let me write it here. That should be date, not data. Okay, so next year part. Okay, so if you look 1990, if you look at this, and 2019. Okay, if you look at this, first two digits either is either 19 or 20, right? right? So then it is something else. So okay, even I forgot. So I'm literally taking 19 or 20, or can be indicated by pipe in Java also. Literally I'm taking 19 or 20 because that is fixed prefix, okay, and I'm putting in a square bracket. Okay, this is a wrong regular expression, don't worry. So that's why I'm correcting it in the validator. Okay, so here 19 or 20 is fixed. You cannot take 30, 21 or whatever else. Okay, so we will take this 19. Okay, you enclose everything in the square bracket to indicate that it is grouped. Okay, 19 or 20. Like this. Okay, so this indicates 19 or 20 after this backslash. That's what it means. Then it could be any number ranging from so and so, so and so. So what could be it? Any number literally. So it could be any 2-digit number. So all I have to put this is like this 0 to 9. And how many occurrences are left in the last 2 digits? 2 digits. Okay, so here we go. So it says 12 0 to 1 only. Okay, so this, see, the 900 is not even complete. Okay, let me delete this. Maybe this is what is causing. Okay, so now if you look at it, it's not covering the last 3 digits of year. Okay, so now what is wrong here? 1920 I said, then 0 to 9, 2 occurrences. Okay, let me look at my own 0 to 9, 2 occurrences. So I think this all should be grouped. Oh no, not grouped like this. So 19 literal or 20 literal. So it should have taken 19 or 20. Last 2 digits are given by this 0 to 9, 2 occurrences. Okay, so let me just no 19 or 20. We can still go by digit in the 1900 and 2018 range. Okay, so let me not group it. So this is a different match. 0 to 9, 19 or 20. 0 to 9, 2 occurrences. He is stopping till here because 19. Okay. Okay, so this, instead of analyzing this too much, let's go with the 2000. Okay, let's have a fixation that the person is born in 2002. So 20, I'll make it 2018. Newborn, 2018, still it's official date, that's fine. Okay, so 2000, I'm taking 20 literally, and 0 to 9, 2 occurrences. So still it is stopping it. 8 is not considered. Why? 8 is not considered. Last digits not considered. Okay, let me go step by step again. So if I give like this, 20, oh, it's not taking literally. Okay, that's fine. 20 literally should not be taken, right? Okay, let me divide and conquer. Okay, so basically I should have mentioned like this 20 separately. Okay, so then any 2 number digit would be fine. So I had to divide each digit separately. So 20 in the square bracket wouldn't cut it. So to indicate any 2 digit number, what should I take? 0 to 9 asterisk. Okay, so now that is a match. So like I said, this is not a foolproof regular expression, but still it would cut it. So we are not going to validate the dates and everything. We can, but if you Google it, you can find ready-made regular expressions, so don't worry. So this is just for your understanding how to customize any regular expression. So okay, now let's try the other way. We want to include 1900s and 2000s only, because date of birth 1900, this is gonna, see, it's not gonna work because I didn't mention 20, because 1918, I mean, at least if you take 1990, it should have worked, but it's still not taking. So let me take 19. So be careful with this brackets. Okay, so either 19 or 20, that's what we discussed, right? So I had to put a 5. Okay, but I had to probably do. Okay, still it is taking till this portion only, 19 or 20. Okay. Okay, maybe I have to group this again inside 20. Okay, so it's still not a match. 1920. Okay, this is still it's a, I mean, even for regular expression experts only it's possible. For Java developers or automation testers, it's not a cup of tea to write regular expression. Okay, so let's go with the our previous approach. This is just for your understanding, you don't need to write all this. Okay, so if I want to have fixation on 20 only, and just doing Control Z. Okay, 1920. Okay, so let's say 2010 is a date of birth, and I can literally take 20. Yeah, so 20, that's a full match. Okay, so this is just to cover regular expressions. Okay. Okay, so likewise you can write email also. If someone at somewhere.com.net or like //.org.edu. So in order to cover regular expression for the email, you can check it out. So you can basically get it on the net somewhere in regular expression for email. It's very lengthy, so try and understand it. It's not easy, difficult. Okay, so this is the one, regular expression, but understanding is difficult. From writing from scratch is difficult, understanding is not there. So starting with A to Z, okay, 0 to 9, and in between there is a @ and .com or .net, and ending is this one, .com, blah blah blah. So let's try to validate this. So let me put it here. Okay, so let me use another site. So test string, I can put like tell me any email address valid.
dashshukla@yahoo.com.
Say it again.
Dash DAS
Yes.
S another SHUKLA. Yeah. At yahoo.com.
Yahoo.com, right? Okay, let's check if it is a valid. No match. It doesn't say match. So this regular expression may be wrong. Okay. So let's try to take other regular expression, match and email. Okay, let's try to see. Also remember, all we are trying to do is, okay, so this he has already given. So this is not that is, that's what I was thinking. This is that complex. Okay. So let me copy it for the reference. You just try and understand. and analyze it. That is important. Analysis is important. So this whole thing is for email. I gave as homework for previous batch, but they couldn't. And nobody can. I mean, all you have to do is just use it. Okay, now use the same email address, dasshukla@yahoo.com. So it's a one match. Perfect. So if I want to make a negative, if I don't want to make a one match, I'll simply put tell me any wrong email address. This is a perfect match, but wrong email address should not be a perfect match. That means it should be zero match. So tell me a string that should not be a match for regular expression. Tell me any invalid one. So even if I put das dot, it is still one match because everything is covered in this regular expression. So tell me a invalid email address so that we can validate the regular expression that is not matching. You know what I'm saying? You got my point? Just tell me the invalid email address.
JohnnyGomez@yahoo.com.
Oh, that sounds valid.
That sound valid? Because no one created this email.
Simply take off @ and push a hash sign. Okay, that's not a valid. See, no match. Because an email address should have @ sign. That is standard procedure, right? Standard email address will have @ sign. And if I take it out and put a hash tag, it's no match. That's it. So you can both valid as well as invalid. So I'll just give strings. So valid string, invalid string. The reason why I'm saying you will understand in a few minutes. I'll show you. So I'll valid is @ simple. Okay, so enough practice. Let's jump to our example demo UUT. Now, if you look at this, I just took some method that uses the regular expression just for your reference. So if you look at this, string dot matches is the function. So far we have seen like string dot substring blah blah, right, to extract substring. Similarly, there is a string class has matches function, and which takes a regular expression as the argument, which matches with the given string, and it will return true or false based on the result, if it is a match or no match. If it is a match, it will return me true. If it is not a match, it will return me false, boolean value. Its return type is boolean value. Okay, so here I am trying to do some matches, URL matches. URL has www.yahoo.com and so, right? So I am trying to match the URL. So do not worry, this is just an example, but let's concentrate on our example. So I am coming back to flight confirmation page. This is where we were, we halted our automation last time, Tuesday. So let's run this test case and let it take to the point where we halted. All right. So run as Java. So now I am back to our automation scripting. So do not be deviated from the main point. So the regular expression is just an introduction I gave you. Okay, remember this is I told you the synchronization waiting time. So you have to give enough waiting for synchronizing between the automation and application. So we give 10 seconds. So it will wait. And if it's still not reached, it will time out. So be careful, give the appropriate max timeout. You understand this, right? I'll show you where did we give the implicit wait. So we gave like driver dot manage dot timeouts dot implicit wait implicitly, and max timeout in seconds, 10 comma seconds, time unit dot seconds, something like that. So we'll see. You can remember that one because of the interview point of view. It's important. Interview point of view, they can ask questions like, what are the different weights you have used in your automation? So you can say you have used implicit weight and dynamic weight and static weight. Static weight is like thread dot sleep, right? That is static. It will wait for that time. Implicit wait is it will wait for the time, but it can move on once it. Dynamic wait is if you want to wait for some object, something to occur. Like if I want to wait until some object comes into existence, like image, then I can put a condition wait. So that is also known as dynamic wait. So I have shown you this theoretically, but we will use. So one of which is here. This is what I was talking about. Meanwhile it ran. I showed you. So somewhere here in one page, which page was that? Registration, I guess. Let's see. Yeah, here. So these are the, I told you the examples right here, even in the notes also is there. This is the static wait. Thread dot sleep, it will wait for 5 seconds. Static wait for 5 seconds. 5000 milliseconds means 5 seconds. Okay. 5000 is milliseconds. And same thing here. Okay. So driver.manage.wait. So driver.manage.timeouts.implicitly wait. This will wait for 10 seconds max, and if it application is responded before 10 seconds, 5 seconds let's say, it will not wait for the rest of 5 seconds, it will move on. Okay, the reason you saw a lot of waiting time over there because it adds up, sometime is added up by the Selenium WebDriver. So just make sure you give max timeout like 20, so it wouldn't be harmful. Okay, so dynamic wait I was talking about, this we haven't used yet. So it basically to wait for some condition to satisfy. So WebDriver wait is a class. Okay, yeah, I can instantiate this, which takes driver, the driver that we have instantiated here, this driver. Okay, whatever driver we are passing from test case, and max timeout, same thing, 20 seconds. And it will wait until, so I had to do this line and web wait dot until expected conditions dot visibility of element located by XPath. For example, in the next page, I am expecting like this. Let's say in the next page, I am expecting this sign, the success sign, right? Now I can take this XPath and put it over here by XPath. So basically it will wait, no matter what time, it will wait until this next page is displayed and this image is displayed, and that is matching the XPath of the given XPath. So that is a dynamic wait. So you should be able to explain about the synchronization. Okay, synchronization methods. One is static, one is implicit, another is dynamic. Okay. So these two belong to the same. Okay, just like select cell is equal to new select, then cell dot visible select by visible text, right? Just like this, I take the instance of WebDriver wait, and there is a method called until, which takes expected conditions dot. There are many methods, out of which visibility of element located I want to see. So that takes again by class dot XPath or ID, you can use whatever. So XPath is recommended, and this whole thing is for, in single sentence, I want to wait till this element with this XPath is displayed, visible. Okay, until then I want to wait, but max timeout is 10. Okay, so if before within 10 seconds it is not available visible, it will just time out. That means it will throw exception and abruptly end the test case. Okay, now we are here. So last class what we are doing here is test case. We will go to the last step. Yeah, so all this we have entered already, right? This is already done. Now that last page name is flight confirmation. Okay, so this is where we are. Okay, now let me full screen it. Okay. Okay, so now our intention is to validate departing price, arrival price, number of passengers, tax, and total. Same thing that we have done. The complexity here is this whole thing is an object instead of just this. So if you remember it correctly, the whole thing. So let me show it to you for the guys who are not there in the last class. Control Shift I. Okay. Now if you look at this whole thing is an object. Okay. So I just want this object, but I cannot capture just this one. So the whole text is coming. Okay. New York to Paris is coming singly, but this, if you just hover right on the text you want to capture, this is the one I'm getting the max. So I had to take the whole thing into consideration, but ultimately I have to extract this portion only, 281. So that's why we are discussing about the regular expression. Now you get the point, right? Why we are discussing. Same thing for this two. This guy 270, and this coming with passengers, so I have to get rid of these passengers. And same thing here. So there are unwanted characters here. What are the unwanted characters here? In order to do the math, this and this, I only want 90. Same thing here. So there is a complexity involved. So this is what we have done last class. Okay, so the regular expressions are exports are already captured. So these are all exports, right? Confirmation. Okay, first one is this one, and departing flight price. This export is for this whole thing. Okay, and returning flight price. This is for this whole thing, and number of passengers will point to this, and this will point to this, and this will point to this. All right, and this button logout will point to this. Okay, final. That's the end of the test case. Now I'll go back and modify this. Right. Okay, now if just to remind you, so we have to operate on this. So what is the operation on the text? To get text, right? I cannot click or I cannot select anything. I have to get text. So there is a driver.find element. By export, I will pass this export depart flight price and apply the method get text, and this will return me a string. Okay, so now I am storing in a string variable, whatever the value is. Now what this variable will contain when I run depart flight price string variable, it will contain this whole value. Okay, same thing for return flight price get text, that will return me whole thing, the selected whole thing. Now number of passengers will return me this. I will show you it will return or not by debugging. So let's see that, and we'll use the regular expression. And this will return what? This whole thing. And this will return total price, this whole thing. All right. Now we have to do this step, extract the required text using regular expressions. Now this is where we stopped. But after this, what we have to do, once I get appropriate text 281, I have to convert it to integer. That's it. So this 281, even after capturing, extracting, it will still be string, and I cannot use the math operations plus minus multiplication divided by between the strings. So I have to convert it to integer. So simple way to convert a string number to integer number is integer.parseInt. Okay, I will pause the string and see the strings are highlighted when you double click, and put it in a variable called depart flight price int. I am just simply suffixing it by int just to get that it's an integer, just to avoid the confusion. So this 281, I'll get the depart flight price and number of passengers 2 only, tags and whatever in the integer mode. Then I'll do the calculations here. Okay, so that's final. Okay, so now here if you look at this second step, so the first step is what we have done. So let's indicate this. First we have done capturing. First we have captured, then we will extract the required text, only whatever is required, underline required, then we'll convert it from string to integer, then calculations. Okay, so this is our agenda today. Okay, so deporting, I'll store these variables in the same, I'll store the values in the same variable. We don't need to declare more variables because I don't see any reason why you should declare. So I'll use, because these are not the values we are interested in. So these are the values. So I'll just replace the values. Okay, so deport flight price equals deport flight price dot substring. We tried to see why it is not a correct way, because somebody already correctly answered why we shouldn't use substring 26 to 30. In the last class, I mean in last Java class, we have seen we can extract this correctly, because I can take like 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. This is occurring at somewhere around 26 character, then 26, 27, 28, 29, and I can take 30 excluding. That would, in normally it would return 281. But the problem is these are dynamic values. You can book the flight from anywhere to anywhere, like Paris to Zurich, correct? And the date could vary, and the flight name could vary. So all this add up to different number of characters in this whole string, correct? So that's why we have to go with the dynamic way. You understand what I'm saying, what I'm speaking so far? So in the previous class, what we have seen, what was the previous class for this one, where we have used all these techniques? Flights, book a flight, I guess. Yeah. So if you see, we have captured all this like in the same page currently we are discussing. Okay, get text will capture all this and convert them to strings right away. Okay, and then we took the substring, correct? Because on that page it was static, the whole text was not coming dynamically. It was very easy. It was just this $281, that's it. So it was easy for me to get rid of this extra signs. So same thing I did for these guys. Yeah, substrings for total price. Only for 2 there was a problem, right? So 281 didn't have the dollar sign back then, just 281 and 270, and these dollar sign was only for tax and total price. So I just got rid of that easily, correct? Substring starting character, that's it. So it started with not from 0 but 1, so I don't have to mention the ending character also. That is, it will go till the end, and it was easy. So now this is complex, so that's why we are going for it. Okay, all right, so now we have to do a little bit of regular expression thing. So tell me, I'll remove this. All right, now dot. Okay, in order to check the regular expression, all I have to do is dot matches. Matches. Okay, see, select this one, matches, which will take the regular expression of the string, deport flight string, which we know that this is the one, this is the regular, this is the string, out of which the regular expression should only match this one. Just now we seen, right? The regular expression should only match part of it, not the whole. So it will be like this. If you, okay, right, if I want to go for, let's say 1300s. Okay, this is not a match, but let me make it a match. Okay, so I'll take 2018. So if you look at, okay, I'm going for the partial match. This is exactly what I want. So if I give this regular expression, okay, and if I want only part of this text, I should give this regular expression, not the full text. So in this case, this kind of regular expression will be useful. Okay, so I have to pass the regular expression. Okay, now we will use same thing. This is my whole text, so we will use the regular expression validator here also. So this is my string. You put your string here, literally, including the next new line characters and everything. So it has to be exactly like this. Okay, so now which I'm interested in, I have to only get a full match for this one only, this character, so only that one. Okay, now tell me, how do we write the regular expression? Then we will copy this regular expression and put it in our code here, right here. Oh, sorry, like this. So this has to be regular expression, let's say. Now it is not, and we have to store it in a Boolean variable. Okay, so change the type of deport price to Boolean. So I'll just make it Boolean, and just to indicate it's Boolean, I'll indicate, okay, just for the time being. Then I can use the if condition. If it is true, then I can extract that. Okay. Yeah, so let's write the regular expression. Yeah, so how do we write regular expression for this one, which matches only this one? Yes. So analyze, what is this, all this? All this is nothing but a alphanumeric special characters, right? So this is alphabets, many occurrences. These are numbers and special characters, many occurrences. Okay, so now analyze and tell me, what should I get to this point? So if you look at the whole thing, there is some sign. What is that sign? This sign, right? Which is only occurring one time. So I can take this as a starting point, right? Starting point is this one, and from there, wherever it is ending with a space, that is the ending point. So I can only ask it to take between those starting point and ending point, right? Does this sound good? Yeah, somebody say yes or no.
Sound is good. Why we gonna use this software, the regular expression?
Okay, good question. Now I have to go back again. Okay, so now why we are doing this whole thing? Here, this is the whole text, right? The XPath is written in whole text. Okay, so now in order to validate, total price equals to flight deporting price, deporting price plus returning price multiplied by 2 plus tax. This should be equal to this. That's what we have done in the previous class. Where is it? It's booker flight, I guess, right? Yeah. So this is exactly what we are doing. We are doing the same thing, but in a little bit different manner. That's all. So if you look at it, total price equals to if total price departing flight price into number of passengers plus tax equals total price, I am saying pass. That is the final validation. Departing return flight price. Okay, which is a departing flight price plus return flight price. I already summed it up and put it in another integer variable. So this plus this multiplied by number of passengers plus tax gives rise to total price. That is the final validation. So now tell me, in order to do this, what we have to do? We have to have exact numbers, correct? Because if I have this, I cannot sum it up with this, which is a wrong math. So what I have to do? I have to get these values, right? 281 and 270. Now 281 and 270 are exactly not coming when this get text. Okay, I will show you that get text thing. So I will comment this out for the time being. Okay. So in order to watch the values of variables, we can use the debug mode, right? So I will create a debug point. So this is how you debug. You are not sure which values are coming here. So now let's see, or you can put a sysout, system.println will be okay too, but this is better than that because we don't want sysout. I can put a variable. Okay, this is actually blocking my debug point. Okay, how do you remove this? Okay, so just to avoid this, I will just put sysout because these variables are not used. It's just showing the warning sign, and that is blocking my, see, that is blocking my debug sign. So I already put a breakpoint which is hidden behind this. So just to avoid that, I use this variable, just print it. Okay, so let's use two things, two methods. So I'll print it to console as well as show you debug. So which both required, both are required in the automation. So both you have to be aware of plus sign. So we will print it to the console 1, 2, 3, 4. So return flight price, number of passengers, and okay, so we will print and we'll see. Okay, so meanwhile I'll just close this because we are gonna debug it. Okay, so what does it mean by debugging? Debugging means I'll continuously run test case until this point and stop it here so that I can go step by step and watch the variables, right? Okay, now let's do the same thing. Now how do I debug this test case? Right click. So is it going to debug if I click this? Tamina, Tabitha, right? Tamina. Tabitha or Tamina? Is it gonna debug or what? I forget the name, so I had to look again. Who was speaking before? Yeah, Tamina or Rachana. Okay, you can respond because you have not responded, right? So Rachana, tell me how to debug. Okay, Tamina, you are the only one who chose unmuted, so I am asking you only. Or Najiur Rahman, you are also unmuted. So either one can speak.
Yeah, debug as Java application.
Okay, so now I want to debug this test case. So now, am I going to debug if I click this or not?
No,
Okay, so what is the way to debug then?
debug as
Debug as
Java application.
Java application. That's it, simple. Now, will it run till the breakpoint? Yes. So, are anybody running on your own machines like this? Are you practicing like this? Did you take the code from Git? Or if it is Git is not convenient for you, I can put the code in the drive, Google Drive. You can just
Yeah,
have to import.
that will be better.
That will be better. You should say so then. Because somebody asked for Git, I'm just putting it. Okay, I'll zip it and send it in the drive also. Drive has the code. You have the drive access, right? So I just will send you link again. So all you have to do is download the zip file and unzip it and import it. Import it from here. So just go here and import. So this will pretty much import. So then you take existing projects into workspace. You put it in your workspace and take this, or file system or zip file also you can take. So this is better. So go next, and tell. And once you browse the folder, you will get that and finish. That's it. So then you will be able to see this here. Okay. Okay, so now we have reached this point exactly. Where did we reach? Oh, I actually put debug point before also. That's why it started before. Okay, no issue. So if you look at this variables, cell 25. Okay, so this we are debugging because of the drop down, right? So I'll just continue. If you don't want to debug here, you can remove. Okay, it doesn't let me remove, but I can continue. So there is a play button, resume button, which continues till the next debug point. Okay, so we'll continue till there. Okay, so this is where I want to debug because this is the point. Okay, so where is that guy? Total value is matching. Okay, so didn't take to that point. Flights has a debug point, right? Let's remove the debug point. It's unnecessarily. Flights has the debug point. Okay, so this was not required. Okay, I just removed it. So what I'm interested to stop at is this point. Now let's see where is that guy. Okay, so now again debug. So you have to do this couple times, sometimes 100 times also. Debug is the only option you have to correct the mistakes in the automation code. So you need to keep on debugging this. This is unavoidable. Okay, so what we have come to? Okay, so what we have to do right now? We have to go back. Open the debug mode here, TC. Where are we? Total price is reflected correctly, that is fine, but right confirmation, I want you to come till here. Okay, didn't even launch the debug mode. So, oh, okay, got it. Okay, why it is not even showing? Anybody? Can anybody tell me? Because I am not even calling in this in the test case, flight confirmation. That's why it's not coming. That's what I was wondering. Nobody's saying. See, book a flight, and I am not even calling that. We are just in the process of defining it, but I have to call it. Confirmation final class. Now, without calling it, won't come. So basically, that's what we have to do. Oh, sorry. Flight. Is it not static? Yeah, it is static. So it should come. Flight confirmation validation. That's a class name. Confirmation dot. Okay, there you go. So now we are calling. So if I run the test case, it will actually call this and go here and stop here. That's what we want. Without calling, you cannot expect. Nobody was paying attention. Nobody did tell me. Okay, now what I have to do again? Run as, correct? No, debug as. Okay, so now what it will do? What you are expecting? Okay, now you are expecting it to stop right there. That's what it did. Stop right there. Okay, so now you want to see the values of these guys, right? So it won't show yet because it is waiting for you to give command to execute this line. This line is not executed yet. So you can step into step over or step return. So I told you step into step return and step over and step return. What this means, debugging points. Okay, I'll just make a note of them so that you will debugging. Why do we debug? Debugging is to fix the automation errors, right? Now, once you put a breakpoint is a breakpoint to execute until that point and halt. Okay, so that's a breakpoint. Okay, now okay, so next I'm going to tell you is these options in a debug: step into, step over, and step return. Step into means go inside the method and debug line by line. Okay. Step over means just debug the line and go on. Okay. Step return means okay, go back and debug, continue forward, not backward. Okay, so there are shortcuts also: F6, F5, F6, F7. These vary from tool to tool. If you use IntelliJ other, so step over will have F8, step into will have F7, and so on. So these will vary. So be careful. So step into has F5. So I'll just mention this here. So just pressing the function 5 will F5. Step over can be done by F6, and step return can be done by F7. Okay. Now, okay, so what should we do? This is not a function, and we don't want to go, even though there is a function get text, we don't want to go inside. We are not actually validating get text itself. We're just validating the value of this, right? So I can step over. Okay, so step over is done. Just look at this point, variables. Okay, so I'll just drag it on the left side. Now it captured the value of that variable, what it would contain, depart flight price, right? You can also hover over it. So you see the value of it is this whole thing. That's what it is capturing, this whole thing. Okay. Now same thing is displayed in the line without any line breaks, because you cannot see line breaks, but backslash you can see. Okay. Now if you want to see as is, just hover over it. Not this line, but the previous line. Highlighted line is yet to be executed. So look at this. This is what we want. Now out of this, do you want the whole value to calculate? No. So what value I want out of this to calculate the total price? Yes, somebody. I just told you what value you want to extract this from this value, right? Or this value. I'm interested in this value, or this value, or this value. Which value? Why are we doing this? To extract this value, 281, right? Yes or no?
Yes.
Yes, that's correct. Okay. So all we are doing this to capture this value. That's it, 281. The problem is XPath, it returns the whole thing, and we cannot find a XPath just to return this one because that's how the developer has constructed in the DOM. We already discussed this. Now we have to manipulate this string. So just this is the one I'm interested in. Now the reason why I'm showing this is what the get text would contain here. Okay. Now if you take a look, okay, there are multiple backslashes. Okay, that means multiple new line characters, new line character, new line character, new line character. So third new line character after that, your interested text is there, the text you are interested in. So you can analyze this in whichever manner you want to find a regular expression. That is later. So this we are debugging just to this. And okay, now in order to move on, I'll simply step over. Okay, F6. Okay, now the return flight price is displayed to the whole thing, out of which only this one is important for us. So you can hover over it, 270. Now I can step over. This is important. Don't think it is not important. Debugging is important too for the automation. That's why it's a good opportunity. Now step over. Number of passengers is this. Okay, but what exactly we are interested in order to multiply the whole value with the 2, only this, right? That's why we are doing. So this we have to get it up. This would be easier going for substring. I'll show you first this one, and step over again. Okay, total price is the next. Total price. Now if you look at the watch variable section, all the values are displayed. Okay, so this is important. This is the significance of debugging. You can watch the variable values right there. Total price. Don't worry about the hash and value. So total price is this value. Now out of this, which value you are interested in? The integral part of this is integer part is which one? This one only. 119.
Yeah,
Right.
119.
So okay. So to extract this whole the text out of the whole text, we are doing this circus exercise. Okay, so the circus is because we are getting the unwanted text and we have to get only the wanted text, which is this only. So that hence the circus. Okay, so now I can pretty much continue because yeah. Now if you look at the console, I displayed it too. See this thing, total price is equal to this one. Out of this we want only this tax, number of passengers, and the whole thing belongs to return flight price. The whole including the new line characters, everything is belonging to this variable depart flight price, and we have to extract the required text out of the given text. Okay, so now let's go from left down to up. Okay, now I will uncomment this. So this is all the logical part of it. Automation, I mean, why Selenium WebDriver usage is over. I mean, we have captured all the text and we have operated on all the objects and done. Now validation mainly requires logic, thinking logically. Okay, so first thing, let's go for the small, simple one. So if you look at this guy, the below one, we will go from the bottom to up, not from up to bottom. So I can just go for substring, correct? Because here there is no complications. It's always either $1192 or $10,000 or $900 or whatever, right? It will be $, some number followed by space followed by USD, right? No complication. So tell me, how do you extract that part? Total price. So I have already written. There is no need for regular expression here. So we will going from bottom to up. Okay, substring of what? So I told you substring has two overloaded methods, one which takes only beginning index, the other one takes beginning index and ending index. So always the index starts from 0. So now take a look at here again. So the index of this sign is 0, correct? The index of 1 is 1, 2, 3. So what should be my starting index? If I want, which value I am interested to take in? This value, right? So what should be my starting index?
1.
1. That's it. Yeah. 1 is a starting index. Now what should be my ending index? This is a little complicated. So think and tell me.
4.
Okay, so let's say 4 is my ending index. Now I will tell you in this case you are correct because 1, 2, 3, 4. Actually you have to take fifth excluding. Okay, that's what you want to say. So if you look at this example, end index should be excluded. So examples are given here. Hamburger, out of hamburger you want urge, right? So 0, 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, fourth character is U, fourth index starting from 0. Now 4, 5 is R, 6 is G, 7 is E, 8 is R, right? But you don't want R, okay? So you still have to mention 8 because that is excluded, okay? So only urge is returned. See, R is excluded even though R is 8th, okay? So that's exactly what it says. That's how it is defined. So I'll show you. Beginning index is the beginning index inclusive, that means included. Ending index is the ending index which is excluded. So you have to take one character extra. I already told you this. Okay, so now if you go by that method, 0, okay, my starting index is 1, 2, 3, 4. I want it, so I have to mention 5. 5 is the space. So which is correct for this example. Now there is another scenario where the total price is only 3 digits. Let's say $999. In that case, this is not valid, right? It will fail. It will only extract first. It will miserably fail because the last index will have space, and space will fail our validation because you cannot do it math with a space. Okay, or if it is a 5-digit number, let's say another case where it would say like $10,000. All right, so it will only take into consideration till this point. It will not take the last digit, which is again going to result in a failure of test case. Okay, now you have to generalize. Tell me. So whatever number is there, it has to work. How do you take it? You got the point, right? You understood the problem now. Now you tell me. You have to generalize this or do something else. So all you have to do, think logically. If you analyze this, you have to go until the first occurrence of some space. That's it, right? Because it's always like this. This format will not change. At least you assume that. Looking at the application, requirement has this. It has to display like $sign, then the number, then the space, then the USD. So now technically, wherever the space ends, that's where I can stop, right? Wherever the space starts, I mean. Okay, now, okay, this is little bit complex, not too much, so listen to this. So I want to end, okay, at the point where the space character is located, right? That is the logic. You understand what I'm saying? The
Yes.
ending index should not be static, but it should be this number or index at that point, at which point the space resides. Get it? Now that's we have to technically convert it. The same thinking. Okay, so same, don't worry, everything is available in Java. So I'm going to simply take the index first. So 5 is wrong. So let me remove it. Now integer, I'll simply call it as total price last index. Okay, so that we can easily identify what we are doing. Is equal to sorry, index set, right? So total price dot, okay, so just take the whole string. Total price is my string. Look for the one which is appropriate for you, the method. Okay, so this is what you have to do, even though you don't remember. Once you remember, you can easily recall and code it faster. So if you look at it, the method which returns me index of some character is right here. See, index of integer, this character. Okay, this returns me an integer. Okay, and if you look at any other options that may be suitable for you, just scroll down. Last index of string, no, that's not I want. I don't want. I can take the last index. So index of some character which takes character. So then it will return me the actual index, the number. Okay, then I can pass that number into substring. That's my plan. Okay. Now there is another method called character at this index, which returns me, like if I want a character at 5th position, it will return me. I think I have already shown you this one, previous example. Okay, so you can trim a string. All the methods that can be done with this is available. Replace certain characters, replace all. Okay, where you can pass regular expression. So probably we are going to use this one too. I can overshadow all the unwanted characters with something space. I can erase them and I can only take that value. So all these things are available. So let's use them appropriately. Value of and all this. So you can actually just play with this one by one. Take any string that contains some string like ABC123 XYZ and play with it. Okay, now tell me which one is appropriate method. If you have to take method, call method here, which one is the one that will return me a location of this character in this string, index of this string? Which one is it? Yeah, yes.
Substring is good or no?
No, substring is good, but we need some more. Substring actually needs starting index and ending index, right? Ending index is not constant; it is a dynamic. So that's why I'm going for another one. Okay. So total price dot index of, right? Index of. Okay. What I want index of? Tell me. Is it gonna cut it? Okay. So now let's see if this is gonna return this index and returns me. Probably I have to do +1, so don't worry about this yet. So I want index of the space, and until that point I'm saying you take the substring, which is this one, which is excluded anyway. Okay, and that total price is the price I want. Okay, now in order to quickly run it, I cannot, because I had to run from the beginning. Okay, so let's just go to the Java and see if this works. I'll fix the total price with something. Okay, don't worry, I'll the same thing. Okay, and we'll. So I'm going to Java tutorial where we practice, and in the sum test I'm gonna go for it. So let me do it in. So do not forget to take this Java tutorial, which I also put it in the drive as well as the GitHub. So I'll just show you. So this is the link, right? I shared with you guys. So Java tutorial is right here. If I update it, I'll update this one. And Selenium tutorial I'll update today. So with the latest code, so you can download this pretty much. Right click and download. That's what you can do. So this link I have already shared you. I will share you. Okay. So coming back. So let me create a test case or something. Okay, this already test case is using something. Example. Okay, yeah, this looks good, but okay, let's create a new class anyway instead of using same class. Okay, create a new class. So let's call it debugging. Okay, instead of why I'm doing this in the other one, because I want to quickly debug. I don't want to run the whole application again, which will take time. So I'm simply debugging just the string manipulation. So my total price is something which I'm going to specify here. Total price equals what? This one, right? This is the exact one, out of which I will just print 1192, and that should be my thing. Okay, so let me run this. Right click, run as Java application. Okay. Oh, I didn't put sys out. So why we are putting sys out? What is the reason every time? Because I want to watch the value of variable. That's the whole point,
The
right?
price of grand total is
Okay, so now let's run. Even though it ran, it didn't show anything, so I can't observe. Okay, so perfect. I got exactly the value in it. Just double click, make sure there are no spaces before and after. So now understand the logic. What I did was, first I actually took the substring. Starting character is 1. Okay, this is a 1. You're right. And ending character can be anything, like, because this is dynamic, it can be 5 digit like this, it can be 6 digit, anything, right? Or it can be 3 digit. You understand? Okay, so even in this case also I want the whole number. Even if I run right now, it will still work. The reason is I am going for the index of the space, which is my last ending index for the substring. I am combining both. Do not get confused. So instead of ending index statically like 5, 6, 7, which is not sure right now, runtime it can be anything. All I'm going for is, hey, I'm asking Java, just return me what is the position of this space, which is the last index, correct? And the index of this space will be returned to this, and I'm simply passing thus that index as a last index for my substring. Any questions here? This is simple but complex. I mean, if you understand it is simple, don't it's complex. You get it? So let's run and see if it returns correctly or not. Otherwise our program is wrong. Okay, so did it return exactly the whole price? Because the total price needs to be exactly captured. Okay, now everybody understand these two lines, or you want me to explain in a different manner? I am sure you understood this line, but maybe you're confused about this line, why we are doing. Is it true, or is it okay if I continue, or is you want to have more examples to understand this?
example.
More examples, okay. Okay, give
Yeah,
me any string. Okay, let's play with the string. Okay, let's take another. Okay, I'll keep that there. So let's create a string. All right. So name. Okay, tell me some name, first name and last name. Tell me anything quick. We will finish in next 15 minutes. So quickly.
Peter.
Huh?
Peter.
9 to 12, 10 to. Okay, and one more is this Saturday the class is going to be at 10 o'clock. 10 to 12. Okay, just EST, yeah, your time. Okay, anyway, yeah, tell me. Oh, tell me the name.
Shukla.
Shukla. First name, last name.
Das. DAS.
Das. Okay, good job. So now out of this Shukla Das, I only want to extract Shukla. Okay, that is my task. Okay, now how do you do that? How do you want to extract only this one, first name, normally?
That time I use the substring.
Name dot substring. Yeah, you're right.
Substring, yeah.
Name dot substring. I'll go for the beginning and ending index, right? Now beginning index is what? 0,
Yeah.
0, and ending index is 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, right? 6 is the last index, excluding. Get my point?
Yeah,
0.
because yeah, 0 is the
1.
starting, and then you will get the 3 or 4 character also, not a total one also. Huh? Depends on you.
Right, right. So name, and then I'll just simply system out dot println. So name equals name. Okay. So this should return me Shukla. It's very easy, no problem at all. Okay. Shukla. Okay. Now, if let's say, for example, this person has a middle name too, okay, like Shukla M Das, okay, or it might not have a middle name, so I'm not sure about that. So all I have to do is I have to take first name, right, and which can be Shuklas, let's say. Still I have to take it, okay. Now this can be any name. I want out of full name, I want to extract the full first name only. That's my task, okay, simple. Extract, I can also extract last name also, okay, that will be more complicated. So first only let's concentrate on this one. Extract first name from full name, okay. Now I am not sure first name can contain 5 characters, 6 characters, 7 characters, okay. Now tell me, how do you do this? So first you have to find the index of the subsequent character after the first name, okay, which is a space, obviously, because you have to leave the spaces, okay. So now what you have to do, I have to find that index, correct, which is an integer, okay. Let me just call it index. So that would be name dot index of, simply I am using this function, oh sorry, index or not this function, okay. Index of what character you want? You want index of, yes, space. Space is a character, okay. Now this is my last index for the substring. It can be anything, it should be dynamic. It is dynamic, so I am simply passing this index. So simply this will be dynamic wherever the space occurs, even though there is a Shukla Sa, still it will fetch me the correct value, okay. So now I am saying, hey, wherever this space is there, just return me the index, and I am passing that index here. So name, first name is equal to, now it will return what? It will return whatever the first name is, Shukla. So, okay, it doesn't get confused. So even if it is Shukla, it will still work. So it has to be dynamic, not static. So it will work in all circumstances. Now you get the point, right? That's why we are taking the index of last character, which will act as a last index for the substring. This one. This is passed here. Okay. Now let's go back and pass that here. Okay, don't worry. You can practice more in the same thing. String manipulations. That's easy. So I can actually put it in a debugging. You just go here and put more string manipulations like this practice. So I'll check it in. Don't worry. Okay, now getting back to our example. This is what exactly the total price last index. I passed it as index. The total price will have exactly this one, total whatever it is. Okay, now we have to go to this guy. Okay, same thing we will do. Correct. So I'll do on top of it because I'm coming from the down, going to top. So I'll put it here. Okay, integer. I want the integral. Oh, sorry. Yeah, integer. First I'll take total number of tags, right? Oh, tags, I'll just separate them. Don't need the regular expression, remember. Okay, substring of 2630. Okay, that's what we are, but it has different value. Okay, so should I go for that? I have closed it, but that's okay. The value was like this. I'll just put it here. Okay, the value was, for this it was like something like this, remember. So this is perfect for this one. For the tags it was like this, you remember, something like this. Okay, don't worry, we'll see that page again, but I'm just putting this just for the quick ref. Okay, now tell me, I take the same thing, same approach, first index, starting from first index and wherever the space occurs. So I can literally take this because it will return me the string index where the space is occurring. Correct. Okay, I have to put this as a comment because it will be this showing as a compilation error. Okay, now two variables cannot have same name, so I have to take I have to rename it. Okay, everything's fine, and simply I'll pass this index. Okay. So out of this will return me 12. Same as out of this return me whatever the number is for my arithmetic. Arithmetic will be done here, calculations. That's why we are waiting. This is still to do. Okay, so I can just keep it to do here. Okay, so as soon as you put /to do, it will add this. So I can easily jump to to-dos. Whatever is to do, I can do it later. So just for the placeholder. Okay, now this tax index is done. It will return me 12 exactly, and I can use this total price tax for my calculation here if condition and that all that. Okay, so number of passengers. Okay, now I'm going to this. Number of passengers is like what? It was like this, if I remember it correctly. 2 passengers. Remember you remember, right? Now what I have to do? I have to get rid of this portion. Okay, now you tell me how to do this. This is very easy. Substring is what? What is the first index in substring for this value?
0.
0, because there is nothing to get rid of. There is no $sign or so. Okay, now this is where again same strategy is going to be helpful. Second last index is again where the space is. I can go for 0 to 1 if it is simple. If it is like 2-digit number, if 12 passengers are traveling, this is not correct, because in that case 0 to 1 it will only take first character, first digit, okay, which is wrong. So I have to apply the same technique, which is what? Which I have to take the I have to find out the last index where the space is occurring, right? Literally there is space. It cannot be space. It can be anything like underscore. In this case, I have to find the index of underscore. So I'll pass underscore in that case, right? So I'm going with the whatever space, whatever character is there. Character here is space. So how do I find? That will return me an integer. So number of passengers index. Okay, let's call just for the time being. Okay, now number of passengers dot index of what character you want in the given string. That's what it is asking you. I want the index of first occurrence of this. Okay, always there is another method for last occurrence. For example, I want to index of the last space, then you have to go for the last index of method. So appropriately you have to choose. Okay, so this is gonna return me this and simply pass this. Okay, so 3 things are done. Now how many left? 2 more, right? Return flight price and depart flight price. Okay, now I think we have to continue next class, but I'll just briefly tell you about this boolean and stop here. Okay, so I'll create a boolean. You know what boolean variables are? I already told you in the Java class. Boolean values are the variables which return
True or
true or
false.
false. Two values only. That's why it is boolean. On or off, true or false, yes or no, like this, only two. So coming back to this, depart flight price contain the whole that chunk of string, right? The whole thing with all this with 291 inside it somewhere. So we have multiple approaches for this one which is I can take dot matches or I can take any other. So we were discussing about this. We can go for the other approach. I guess this may not be a suitable approach, but okay, just for the timing I'll put this placeholder. So the problem with the substring is it is very dynamic. I cannot go for it. That's why we are going for this guy. I'll simply call this boolean. Okay, everything's correct. Okay, now let me go back to this guy. Yeah, this is the text. This is the text we want. Okay, we were discussing how to highlight this one, right? Now, how do we highlight this one? Just for the regular expression. Yes. First, I am checking whether it has my price or not. Okay. So all I am checking is whether it has price or not. First of all, then I'll check the price is there and I'll capture it. So this, you can say it's assertion for not null. I mean, so my price is displayed at all. That's my test case says. First, validate whether the price is displayed. Then validate the correct price is displayed. That is next story. Okay. Now simply a price starts with the dollar sign, right? So yeah, tell me. So anything, correct? All this is star. I can put everything can be indicated by star, and starting with dollar sign, dollar sign, and some number. In number of digits, ending with this here one. Starting with dollar, all right, dollar 0 to 9 inside the bracket. Okay, so this has to be outside. Okay, so or instead of star, star you cannot mention actually, not like wildcard. So I'll mention something alphanumeric, correct? New York to Paris is all alphanumeric. A to Z, A to Z. This will be continued with the numeral. Numeral can be indicated with 0 to 9, and there are special characters like this and space. Okay, and we have already seen special character backslash has to be escaped with forward slash, and at the rate, colon, right? And what else? Space, right? And many occurrences. Okay, so I'm gonna delete this. Oh, okay, space. Okay, so now see matching till what point this particular regular expression? What part of text is matching with this written regular expression now? New York to Paris, and it is matching parts of it, right? Parts of it full match 69 to whatever 63 to where is this coming 18 to 8, yeah, 18 is there, 2018. Okay, and we have written date regular expression also, right? We can put that, or we don't have to write it. We can, I can just treat this as a numbers and special characters, right? Now let's see many occurrences. I was expecting it to cover till this point. Is it match 9 matches? Yeah, that's okay. Multiple matches are fine, but till this, okay. Then there should be dollar sign. Literal dollar sign, literal, then followed by 0 to 9. Many occurrences, then a space, then to see many occurrences. Okay, something went wrong. So even if you do small mistake, it's gone. So this is all fine. Okay, let me end it till here so that okay, date okay, there is a backslash and also backslash and which let me just check is it covering till this or not. Oh, I don't need the backslash. Okay, so this will individually match all this. So I just want to check the occurrence of dollar sign. Okay, let's do it. Hmm. So test. Okay, so this will basically check the occurrence of at the rate, right? So I want to check the occurrence of dollar sign. Okay, any dollar sign. So I will take this and modify. That's all we need. Whatever is required, I will customize it accordingly. Okay. Now I want to check the dollar sign is there or not. So remove all these unwanted. Oh yeah. So simply is okay. I should have thought about it. So this should. Okay, so that's it. Okay, instead of complicating, so you just put dollar sign inside the bracket. So that's it. One match. Okay. So we can put this as a. That's all. The price is displayed or not. So I can put dollar sign and some price. Okay, you can actually enhance this 0 to 9. Yeah, that's gonna complicate it. Dollar sign and 0 to 9 any occurrences. Okay, perfect. So this is all I needed. So I am just first validation is whether the price is displayed or not. So how do you validate? There is a dollar sign and some number side by side. That's it. So this regular expression will be adequate. Let me put this here matches. Okay. So if the depart flight matches this one, it will give me boolean. Okay. So then I can put simply if depart flight price boolean, that means dot is true. Okay, so then out. So this is one pass for the which step, pass for what the depart flight price is displayed. Okay, it's displayed. What value is displayed is the next step. Okay, same technique we can use for the return flight price. Okay, so return flight price is displayed or not. This is the first check, not null check. So that's a good practice. Always put a not null check first, then the actual check, which actually compares the expected value, actual value, which is our 271 is our what? 271 is our actual price, actual value. Expected value is what we enter, what we saw in the previous page. Okay, so that previous page is coming from this one, this guy. This validation is over. I'm validating whether the previous page price is displayed in the next page as well. The previous page value is this one, default flight pricing. Okay, so we will comparing this one with that one. So there is a complexity here. So we have to take this value from other class and pass it as a expected value into next class. This will act as a expected value, and actual value will be, we will be capturing this value in the next class. So for now we are putting null, not null, like this is a not null validation. Not null means what? It's not, it is displayed or not, first check. Then once it is displayed, is it the correct value or not? That is the second check. So assert not null kind of assertion. Assertion means comparison between expected and actual. Assert not null. Okay, so this is the first check. So here the second one. Okay, so then what we will do tomorrow, I mean next class, so I'll just leave a placeholder here. Assert equals, equals means actual and expected comparison. Expected equals actual or not. If equals, pass, otherwise fail. So this thing we are going to, so every other value is ready except for these two, right? Return in default. So all these number of passengers, tags, and total price is ready, including the integer part. So then we will directly jump to the calculation. Okay. So then we will enhance this framework to data driven and infrastructure functions, that is pending. And then we will take a look at some more examples of the same using the same framework. And I will take your questions and we'll go for the interview stuff and resume stuff. So that is the last one. Okay, I think it's already 2 hours more, 8 minutes more than 2 hours. So let me end this class today. All right, guys. Good night.
Good night.
Good night.